Hello and welcome to CSRA's tutorial on ePACES User Administration. The primary administrator is the submitter designated by the provider in the initial enrollment process. ePACES has role-based security, which allows the administrators to give users access to ePACES functions depending on the user's role. You can add new users and update their access to functions based on the user's role. To do so, go to the bottom left of the ePACES screen and under the list of functions find the User Admin function and click on Add Edit User. In order to access the ePACES program, every user must have their own individual user ID and password. The user ID and password must not be shared. The user ID and program privileges are created and maintained by the system administrator. The system administrator may add new users, review and edit privileges of existing users, change passwords, unlock existing user accounts, and inactivate existing users. At the top of the table of user IDs and names, click on Add New User to begin the process. After clicking on Add New User, you'll be presented with a screen that allows you to enter the new user's last name, first name, email address, and then retype their email address. When you're done, click the Next button on the bottom left. ePACES will generate a username and a temporary password for the new user. It's important to give this user ID and password to the user before leaving this page. You'll also be asked to decide if this person will be given administrator privileges by clicking Yes or No at the bottom of the screen. If you selected Yes, then the user will be set up as an alternate administrator. If you selected No, each user's privileges can be edited. There are different types of users. So, you'll notice in the chart at the bottom of the page, you'll see the ePACES functional access groups, followed by a column for a supervisor user category, and last, a general user category. By selecting the radio button underneath General User or underneath Supervisor, you're determining the type of access this user will have. Notice that a supervisor will be given full access to all of the ePACES functions except for the ability to use the user administration function and add or edit user access. If you select the General User function, you can select for each of the different ePACES functions which type of access that person will be granted. You'll do this by selecting the little blue box to the right of the field where it says No Access, and then you can change the access to either full access or no access on each of the given functions. When you're done, go to the bottom and click Submit. The Update Provider List button. You'll remember that when we clicked on User Admin, Add Edit User, we were brought to a screen that showed us a table of users, and one of the buttons above that list showed Update Provider List. So if additional providers become enrolled under a specific TSN or ETIN number for the submitter, after the initial enrollment and setup of the primary administrator, it becomes necessary to update the provider list in ePACES. The administrator for the submitter, TSN or ETIN, must update the list and then set the necessary privileges for all of the associated users. You click on Add Edit Users under the User Admin menu on the left side of the ePACES main screen. On the resulting page, you'll click the Update Provider List button at the top of the table. Once confirmation is received, indicating the update is complete, you can either edit the necessary users or add new users for the selected providers. You'll notice at the top of the list it'll say that your request has been submitted and that it will take approximately 24 hours to become effective. For additional questions, you may review the self-help documents found at the eMedNY website at www.emedny.org, or you may contact the CSRA eMedNY call center at 800-343-9000. Thank you for your continued participation in New York State's Medicaid program. Please review some of the other tutorials that are available on the training page of the eMedNY website.